I had the pleasure this past weekend of attending the biggest conference that I've ever seen, and it didn't even have anything to do with New Age spirituality, or so it seemed on the surface. It was about tabletop games, role-playing games, and board games, and that's it, not even video games. So I'm excited to talk to you about what I saw there in how it relates to New Age spirituality and the fact that everywhere people are waking up. If you've seen any of my other videos or any of my interviews, you'll probably know that my history is actually all about video games. I was a video game producer for over 20 years before I had my awakening and changed my life completely. And if you're interested in discovering your spiritual gifts and understanding at a deep level how you can use them in your own unique way, then thinking about your past can give you a huge insight as to exactly how you can use your spiritual gifts. And that's exactly what I've done. You would think on the surface, what does games have anything to do with New Age spirituality and healing and being at peace and having unconditional love for all and all of the different things that New Age spirituality and metaphysics teaches us? But in fact, it is very integrated because we play games to have a new experience, to have an experience that is not necessarily available to us. It doesn't matter if it's board games or video games or any type of game. It still is a micro experience that is very reminiscent of the one that you're experiencing right now in this particular incarnation. On the surface, these are extremely different. Board games and video games are a much shorter time span as opposed to the 80 years of life that you're experiencing now. But the biggest difference of all is we look at games as a diversion. There's a saying that says, hey, don't get too upset, it's just a game. But this is actually where the two coincide. And if you can bring that perspective into life and say, hey, whatever, it's just a life. It's just one life of billions. This experience is tiny and minuscule compared to your infinite existence. Then we can see a huge parallel between this life and a game. Merrily, 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 this life is but a dream. I say, merrily, 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 this life is but a game. And if you choose to accept your life as a game, then you choose to accept the challenges in the game. If you are constantly trying to run away from the experiences and the challenges, then you're not really playing the game and you just want the game to be over. Well, I'm sorry to say that life is this incredible multi-faceted experience, and it's only going to be over when the whole thing is over. You're not going to be able to get out of your challenges. You're not going to get out of your suffering by just wanting it to go away. Instead, you have to take on those challenges, just like you take on a board game or a video game or any other type of game, including a sport. So I promised you that I would also explain why I'm seeing even more New Age spirituality and metaphysics starting to integrate itself into every aspect of life. And I've often said that if we see these things represented in our entertainment, then we know truly how deeply it's integrated into our consciousness. So I want to show you a t-shirt. I normally don't buy things. I don't look at buying things as bringing me happiness, but I couldn't help but get this as that incredible representation. So if you see here, this is a Gencon specific shirt, which of course was the name of the convention that I went to this past weekend. And you can see that it is integrating tarot cards into all aspects of gaming. We see the 20-sided die, which is a very important dice that's used in tabletop role-playing games. In addition, you see the gamer as the name of the card. Of all the shirts at Gencon, this one might have been the most popular because it was often sold out. I love this, and I hope you do too, because you can also see that This new perspective, new age perspective, is becoming a huge part of our pop culture as well as the fringe culture that it has been in so far. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you now look at life as a game, an incredible game that you get to play every single day. If you do that, then guess what? You're going to win life. I love you unconditionally, and I'll see you in the next video.